There's one.
I love the chase and the hunting. I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!
What's going on, guys? Bassin' Up Mafia here, coming at you with a new video for this week. In this week's video, we got something special for you. We are going to do a topwater fishing video, and it's going to be pretty much all topwater, except for towards the end of the day, I switch it out a little bit, and this is just one morning on the lake before all the people get out there and before the lake gets crowded. We probably only about till about 10:30, 11 o'clock, I think, and we catch some jammers. But make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you get notified that another video pops up, and so that you get entered in for a fishing reel. I'm going to be giving away a fishing reel once we hit 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you get entered for that. A comment will also get you an extra entry, and let's get into this topwater fishing video. So here we start out throwing topwater early morning in the summer. You can get a lot of topwater fish sometimes, and I start throwing the popper. My little retrieve that I'm doing is kind of a pop-pop-go retrieve, and another big key thing with getting a strike with a popper is if you can get it to walk the dog. And to get it to do that is making your pops with slack in the line. And if you get it to walk the dog as you're doing those 3 pops, that will help you get more strikes with a popper, especially instead of just doing that normal pop, little ploop 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 kind of retrieve. This definitely helps get more fish on the popper, and who doesn't love topwater?
Oh, there he is. 101 probably. There's one. You got one?
Yeah.
You need that. Where's he at? There he is. That's right under your feet. You got him cooking him.
Not a big smallie, but he's a smallie.
Nonetheless. You get pliers. Oh, you got it. Good job.
Here's that one, guys. Little, about 13 and a half, 14-inch smallmouth. Decent little guy. Let's gorgeous little smallie go.
Man, you hooked that one. I heard it blow up. Oh, yeah. And I cast the one that flew up out here. I'm like, freak.
Now we're moving, changing spots a little bit. You really want to cover water, especially when fishing topwater and really going out and trying to get them on specifically topwater. You're not going to go over a ton of fish that want to come up and hit it. You're only going to get the really active fish that are going to come up and want to smack it. So big thing is you want to cover water, change spots, throw around in the area a bunch of times, and then keep moving. Is that Phil Swanson? Yeah.
We guys were slow yesterday.
There's one. Good one. Good one.
Good night.
I think it's a smallmouth.
You get this up there now.
You just hit the top.
I know that didn't come up.
Oh my. This is a big smallmouth.
I can't get this.
Hit the side button.
Want me to just grab that one?
No, just pop the battery off the side. The side panel here. Come on, hurry.
I'm trying, Hunter. Let's get the fish.
It's a big largie. He's hardly hooked.
Don't pull it out of the net.
I didn't try to. He was
That's a big one.
swinging that way. Yeah, that's a nice one.
I have to figure this thing out then.
Look at this good one, guys. Look at that good one. It's a nice one, guys. Off the old popper. Gotta love big fish on top water.
And cameras that don't work.
Yeah, and then cameras that don't work. What a cluster. But at least we got it on this one.
Hey, if somebody wouldn't have forgot their chest harness, we wouldn't have to worry about it.
Let's show the release on this big girl. What are you doing? There she goes. I don't know why she was acting dumb.
Tired. She's got a hangover.
It's not like she was even hooked dumb.
It's on the outside of the mouth.
Yeah.
Here, figure this out. I don't know how to get that off. I didn't catch one yet.
I know.
No.
That's weird. Usually you're killing me when it's a popper bite.
I don't care.
You caught all your fish the last 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So Dad's been out here the last 2 days killing them when I've been at work. And he's caught 2 really nice big smallmouth, a big largemouth, and what else did you catch?
A couple smaller ones, like a lot of 2s and 3s.
A lot of 2s and 3s. So he's just been killing it in top water.
It's a little warmer than we got this chilly weather overnight.
And from shore too, mostly.
Yeah.
So that's even better. So it just goes to show you guys can do the same stuff from shore.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of those fish that he caught those last couple of days were at the main launch. And if you guys have ever fished Cadorus, you know how crowded the main launch can be. And how pressured of an area that is also. So you guys can still even catch fish like that in some of the most pressured areas of the lakes. It's all about being out at the right time too.
Get out early.
Gotta get out early, gotta get out before the crowds get out here.
During the week when there's not a lot of people around.
Or if you can get out during the week, it's even better.
Get out before work during the week, that's a really good time. You only get out for an hour or so, it could be your best hour. How did we not get that in that tree?
Beats me. But that was a good cast.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna get me a fish.
I made a lot of good casts yesterday. You make a million of them, but only get about half a dozen. There's one.
Smallie, get it. I think it's a smallie. Yeah, it is.
Get the net? You want me to get? Oh. There you go. There you go.
That's a nice smallmouth.
Yeah.
Give me your pliers.
Okay. Wash them off first. Now we got blood everywhere. Okay.
That nice big smallmouth, guys. Gorgeous fish. Here to go.
Good.
Here. There she goes. Big.
Jesus, look at the seat.
Smallie.
You're gonna have to wash it off when we get back.
Yeah. He ate the out of that.
Yeah, I had one like that yesterday. I had it all the way down in his mouth. It didn't bleed though.
Well, guys, I'm going to finally cave in and stop throwing the popper for a little bit.
Well, it's 9 o'clock, so probably getting a little late. Plus, it's windy as crap.
And going to pick up the lizard. I mean, yeah, the lizard. Take this beaver off here. Go on the lizard, drag it around through this grass a little bit. See if we can't pop off 1 or 2 more here.
I beat the almost thing in the top bar, so I have to see if I can.
So big reason why I'm switching here is topwater bite usually cuts off about mid-morning and kind of dies off. And then the wind picked up as well, so when the wind really picks up and there's more than just a little bit of a slight chop on the water, you usually don't get too many fish on topwater then, because the wind is already stirring up the water enough that they don't really pay much attention to the little topwater up top then. So switching up to the lizard, going to drag that around through some grass and see what happens then.
Got one. Good one. What do you want?
Pop's hooked up with a little guy on the lizard.
Little. See you later, bro.
Now all we're really doing with the lizard is just slowly dragging it around on the bottom, Texas rig style. I'm throwing a PBJ, Dad's throwing a June bug, so color evidently didn't really seem to matter a whole lot, and we are just targeting scattered clumps of grass and dragging it around the edges of it and dragging it through.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Might have just had one there and I couldn't tell by the wind.
Right.
No, it really felt like... Oh, that for sure was. Told you.
I'm gifted like that. Maybe I'll put this one.
There's one.
I knew that was coming. Do it.
Oh man, he just about popped off too. This one. Let this decent one go, guys. Well, here we are at the portion of this video where I break it down a little bit. So we're going to start out with the rod and reel setup that I was using to throw my popper on and my popper. So the popper, this was a Labina Lures Rico. Just in a normal like Tennessee shag color, I believe that is. And my rod, I was using a 6/8 medium fast action Enigma Phenom. This is a great rod for throwing my top waters, like the popper and spook and jerk baits, stuff like that. And then I have that paired up with a Shimano Chronarch CI4, a 6.2-to-1, a little bit slower. And the line that I'm using there, this is mono on a top water. It's always great to use mono or braid just because there's that give and stretch to help set the hook with treble hooks. You kind of want that, and it also floats, which is another thing you really want with top waters. You want the line to float to keep the lure up. If you're using fluorocarbon, that will help your lure go down into the water and not work it as correctly as it should be. But that's the setup I was throwing the popper on. And then midday we switched it up just because the wind really started kicking up there. Usually when the wind kicks up, you're not really going to get a lot of topwater fish, so switched from that and started dragging the Texas rig around through the grass a little bit, and we started picking up more fish doing that. And my setup for dragging my Texas rig, it was my Enigma HPT series rod. This is a 7/6 medium heavy fast action. I like to throw my jigs and spinner baits and topwater, I mean not my topwater, my jigs, my spinner baits and Texas rigs and stuff on this rod. And I was just using 15-pound fluorocarbon for that setup. Anything under the water, I always have at least 15-pound fluorocarbon on. Don't like losing fish, and that usually gives me a good buffer for it. And fluorocarbon is great and isn't as visible in the water as normal line. Plus no stretch, which really helps with getting fish out of the grass a little bit better so they don't get off. And the reel I was using there, this is a 7.3-to-1 Proficiency. Sweet looking little reel there. This is the ATK Crazy, and that's pretty much it. That's all we did to catch the fish we caught that day, and then we got off the lake before all the crowd got out there. As you can see, as we were getting off, there was quite a few people rolling into the launch and getting out, so we try to avoid that at all costs most times. But if you like this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Please stay tuned for the next one. Get yourself an entry in for the new bait cast reel. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to be entered into that. And then we'll see you next Thursday, guys.